Look, you've probably been thinking about moving down to Albuquerque, New Mexico this year, but I'm going to tell you there's going to be a few things that you're going to want to learn about before you actually make that transition to relocating down here to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So go ahead and grab your pen and your pad and let's get into today's video. Back in the office today, guys, and with so much content that we've been putting out for the past couple of weeks, it's been super pivotal for us to just get up and get after it. And that's why most of the time you don't see me actively in the neighborhoods, because we've been busy this holiday season with helping a ton of people with their relocation process and also with the startup of our team. Now, over the weekend, I did some research because I got asked, what is it like purchasing a house there? And a few key things came to mind, and I really felt like you guys should probably know about this, right? From the type of lifestyle that you're going to be living there, price points, what you can expect from the houses and the things around you in those neighborhoods. So I made a quick list that we're going to be running through in today's video, and I got to remind you guys that if this is your first time tuning into the Living in Albuquerque channel, welcome. My name is Eli. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you guys never miss out on any videos, because we are dropping videos every week talking about what this beautiful city of Albuquerque and state of New Mexico have to offer. Now, aside from doing these videos, guys, I'm also a licensed broker here in the state of New Mexico, and me and my team are ready to help you guys out with that relocation down here to the great Southwest. So that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to hit us up at any time if you are planning on moving down here within the next 6 months, because we love to help you out with that move. Given the current outlook of the whole real estate market here in 2024, it's been a weird one, right? At the beginning of the year, things were moving pretty fast and pretty good because of the interest rates not being super high, and then they got super outrageously high, and people kind of put a whole stop onto what they were doing, and they've kind of lingered around that high interest rate mark here within the past 6 months. So a couple of trending things: when they did drop in the fall, we've seen people go out and purchase homes, and then when they went back up here heading into winter, people would kind of put another halt to it. So here's what's to say about home prices within this year. They've actually adjusted. At the beginning of the year, we've seen home prices averaging across the whole board around $350,000. They've adjusted now to $330,000, so that's a $20,000 difference, which means a tons of savings for you guys. It might not make a whole lot of a difference on a monthly payment, but towards your equity, I can guarantee that you are going to see that difference, especially with the appreciation rate here in New Mexico being around 3 to 5% on the yearly average. So things are considerably moving. Now, don't make fun of me saying appreciation, because there's a lot of people out there that keep saying that I don't know how to say mountain. I say mountain because English is actually my second language. I didn't learn how to speak English until I went to grade school. So a little fun fact about Eli there. But a couple things you may want to consider about the real estate market if you are planning on purchasing a house here. The limited inventory makes it super competitive, but we have ways around that. And with an average of 1,000 homes for sale here in Albuquerque at any given time, you can expect that once we actually getting down the specifics, you're going to see that list go from 1,000 to about anywhere from 50 to 20 homes. And that's all depending on your wants and needs. And again, we go into this whole conversation over our live Zoom call, and we will go over our offer just so you guys know actually what we're going to be giving to you when you do reach out. One conversation that I love to have is the expectations around what it looks like to purchase a house here down in the Southwest. And it's not going to be anything crazy. To be honest with you, it's pretty simple. For us, when you reach out, we set a discovery call that is usually over Zoom, and we go over the MLS, over your wants and needs, and the reason why you're looking to move down here, because it's important for us to be able to really encapsulate everything that is important to you according to this movement. We really want to tailor everything to your wants and needs, and we really just want to show you the MLS, because we believe that sometimes when we tell you that there's 1,000 homes on the market, you really don't see the magnitude of what we're actually looking at until it's in front of you. So the whole reason for us to have you reach out is so we can help you discover exactly what is important to you and what areas are going to best fit your needs. Now, those are some kind of general things, and what we offer you when you do reach out and set up that call is going to be a neighborhood match consultant and priority property access. So homes that are coming soon, properties that haven't hit the MLS, we'll send them to you first and give you priority over anybody else. We also offer a relocation map, a welcome kit when you move down here, exclusive Albuquerque connections to all of our preferred vendors, and then a dedicated relocation concierge that will tailor everything to your wants and needs to make sure that move down here to Albuquerque within the next 90 days is super easy and stress-free. So if you are planning on moving down here, we'd love to help. And that's our offer to you guys when you do reach out. But a couple of things that you may want to consider and just kind of keep in mind when you are purchasing a house here is the areas, right? The west side is going to be a little bit more newer than the east side. And then some homes can have some different things going on. And that's a creative way of me saying that somebody built the house originally by themselves with no plans and just kind of started adding on. So we've entered some pretty interesting houses that look like Lego piece houses, because as the family kept growing, right, old school living, they would add another room, and inversely you have this horseshoe house looking thing of a bunch of different rooms connecting to one another. So not going to be the case all the time, but just be aware that that's there, and we help you figure out all of this in that Zoom call. That way you guys know exactly what you're looking at, because I get it. Moving down to a brand new area, you have no idea what you're looking at or what you're looking for, and you want to make sure that you have the right people in place to guide you. Now, there's a few neighborhoods that you're going to want to consider when you are moving down here. Now, these are not listed in any particular order or any kind of favoritism when it comes down for me to just pick these here. These are just some neighborhoods that we've been having conversations with the people that actually reach out and are planning on moving down here, and they give us the reasons why they're looking to move into these areas, and that's what we made this list off of. So the first area is going to be the Northeast Heights. And why the Northeast Heights? Well, to be honest with you, it's popular for families and young professionals, and there's a few reasons why. It's still pretty affordable. You can expect to find a house anywhere from $350,000 to $450,000, just all depending on how close to that mountain you want to get and how close you are to some other amenities. And then you also have neighborhoods like Tanawan and Mountain Run, which are going to be a little bit more expensive just because you are going to be paying for that luxury style living up next to that golf course. Now, a couple of things to consider when you are living on this side of town: easy access to freeways, outdoor lifestyle, biking, hiking trails, and all that stuff. And then you'll also have easy access to all the shopping in Uptown, Coronado, and Windrock, and dining options there that is closer to that Uptown area. So Northeast Heights for the win for people who want to live a little bit more in the middle of everything, be super close to all the different amenities, and you don't have to travel across the river during traffic hours. Next one up on the list is going to be the Four Hills Village. Now, believe it or not, this neighborhood is called the Village. I don't know why. I haven't really looked into it, but I've been in this area a few times, and it's actually pretty cool on how far out it is and out of the way from the city, that when you do live in this neighborhood, you almost feel like you're escaping the reality of the hustle and bustle that we still kind of see from time to time here, even though we have a slower pace of living. Now, who is going to want to live here in the Four Hills Village? Well, somebody who is looking for that spacious kind of lots, wants a little bit more room in between their neighbors, and they also want a more peaceful environment, because not a whole lot of people are going out there unless you live there. So a couple things to consider as well is that it's still pretty close to the city, so all the amenities that you can want and need are going to be 15 to 20 minutes away from you, and also the freeway access. And then you can typically purchase a house in this neighborhood from $450,000 on the low end to about $550,000 and above. Now, that's all going to be dependent on the style of house that you're looking at. I've seen some pretty cool mid-century modern homes up there that I didn't even know existed until I had a conversation with somebody that's relocating down here from San Antonio this past week. So pretty awesome to see that. If you are okay with paying $650,000 for a house, you can get a pretty cool looking house out there that's actually part of history. Now, what does it offer in terms of neighborhoods? Well, there is a golf course out there, so you can be a part of the country club if you enjoy golf courses and you just want to ride your little golf cart down to the country club and hit a quick 18, go back home just in time for lunch. That's going to be totally doable out there. Or if you just want to hit all the hiking and biking trails, enjoying nature in a sense with a kind of suburban feel, Four Hills is going to be for you. Next up on the list is going to be an area that is super family friendly and is going to pack a ton of value without compromising quality. Now, the west side, and the two main areas that I really want to talk about are Taylor Ranch and Ventana Ranch. Now, two totally different age groups when it comes to the houses. And I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about when they were built. Some houses there in Taylor Ranch were built in the 70s and the 80s. Then Montana Ranch, of course, it was like 2000s and above. Some may creep into like the late 90s, but for general, just to give you an idea what you can expect in style of houses, Taylor Ranch is going to be more that spacious lot with older style homes, lower ceilings. And then Montana Ranch is going to be more modern, Southwest style homes, a little bit more on the cookie cutter side, but very well manicured neighborhoods in both of these areas. And you are going to have two distinct parks here, right? You are going to have the Taylor Ranch Library Park, and then you are going to have the Mariposa Park, which is massive. And you guys have heard me talk plenty about both of these areas, and they're super relatively close to one another. Now, the petroglyphs is also going to be in this area, so it's going to provide a ton of outdoor activities to enjoy with your family or your fur baby. So tons of things to do out there. You can expect to pay anywhere from $270,000 for a house to around $380,000, just all depending on where you're planning on living. Now, there is a catch-22 because there is a brand new luxurious neighborhood, petroglyphs neighborhood up there in between both of these areas is going to be a little bit more pricier because they are custom built houses. So you can expect a house to cost anywhere from $800,000 and above. But Pulte Homes is building homes in that neighborhood that offer something more affordable. And if you guys have any more questions on that, I'd love to get that information to you. Why would people consider moving here? Well, easy access to highways, amenities, shopping, Cottonwood Mall, and dining. So it's actually pretty centrally located to the west side, both of these areas. So great schools, great things to do out there if you do want something that is a little bit more family friendly and suburban feeling. The last area that I want to bring up is going to be totally left field, but it's for those people who want to be more in the culture, have a little bit more things to do that are walking distance from you guys and is still pretty affordable. And that area is going to be Nob Hill. Now, what does Nob Hill have to offer to somebody? Well, there is going to be more of an urban lifestyle. You are going to have more things to do because of all the shopping and dining that is in that area. And then, of course, you are going to have easy access to like healthcare, UNM. So if you still are in college or you work for UNM or Presbyterian, this area might be something you want to consider because you can still purchase a house in these neighborhoods for anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000 and above. So just keep in mind that some of these neighborhoods are historical. You have like El Toro Park and then places around there that will offer some higher end homes. So if you get lucky enough, like we did this past year, to help out somebody to find an awesome double lot Southwest style adobe home in El Toro Park, we'd love to help you find that as well. So if that sounds like something that you're looking for, something with more historic charm, a little bit more of a smaller house with more urban amenities and an urban lifestyle, Nob Hill might be it for you. There's much to be said about the type of lifestyle that you're going to be living here, and a lot of the reason, aside from the affordability aspect when it comes down to purchasing a house or just, everyday living, the culture and the people is what attracts more people to move here, believe it or not. These conversations that we had with people from like Florida, Texas, California, even Colorado tell us that Albuquerque's culture is so unique, and the mix and blend of cultures is awesome because not only do we live a slower pace of life in a major metropolitan area, but the people here are so nice. It's weird. Like when I drive down the road in some neighborhoods, people are just waving to me, and I don't even live in these neighborhoods and never seen these people in a day in my life. So a couple of things to be said about that. And then we also host some of the largest international events here, like the Balloon Fiesta, we have the Zobras, Gathering of the Nations, and that's just to name a few, guys. So if that's what you're into, you want community, you want an abundance of community and opportunities to hang out with new people and meet new people, Albuquerque might be a great fit for you guys in all reality. Now, aside from that, because of our diverse landscape, we have a big outdoor community. So you might find yourself doing a lot more mountain biking, hiking, trail running, going out there and kayaking, fishing, hunting, all these great outdoor activities that you can do. You can pretty much do them all year round here. Now, they all have their own seasons, but with the climate that we have here, 300 plus abundant days of sunlight and mild winters with minimal snow here in the metropolitan area. If you choose to live in some of these mountain towns, you may experience more inclement weather, but to be honest with you, it's not going to change anything for you and the type of lifestyle that you're looking for. So if you do want an area that is super mild in their climate, 300 plus days of sunny weather. It's not going to be too cold or too hot. I mean, I think this winter we've seen a few days where it's gone below freezing, and I'm talking about like 25, 28 degrees. So if you're tired of all those negative temperatures, highly consider moving to Albuquerque. If you're tired of all the 100 plus temperatures, Albuquerque only sees maybe just a few days here and there versus weeks and months of it. So if you want to live a more outdoorsy lifestyle, we may need to have a conversation, and that number popping up on the screen is my direct line, and I can get you all that information. And plus, down in the description below, there's going to be a link to a free relocation guide that I made it just for you guys. Finally, guys, we reach not the end, but the pre-end of this video, and a few things that I want to leave you with, like I promised you at the beginning of the video, and some tips when it comes down to relocating to Albuquerque. Now, timing is everything. When you're talking about purchasing a house, spring and summer, always going to be busy, right? That's kind of a thing to keep in mind. And there's going to be less competition during that fall and winter time. Now, best believe that there's going to be a little bit of a jump in between that summer or fall time, and that's usually one of our busier times within our team. So keep that in mind. A little hidden secret. Not a lot of people know that, but we've always dealt with that within the past 6 years of being in this real estate game. Now, aside from just resale and just your average house, new construction homes here are pretty common, and you can still purchase one for, under $350,000, and we can send you all that information if you are looking for a brand new house within the affordable price range that is offering some great incentives. Incentives could change all the time, so if you really want to know what they're offering for the specific month that you're watching this in, feel free to reach out. Now, our guarantee to you guys when you do choose to work with us is going to be that if you do not like your house within the next 6 months of purchasing it, we'll help you sell it for free and help you find the next one. So a guarantee there to you guys who are looking to move down here, just to give you that reassurance that we actually do care about you and your family's move down to the Southwest. Thank you guys so much for sticking along this long-winded video. It was a ton of information that we gave over to you guys. We talked about a few areas that you might want to consider, price points, lifestyle that you can expect to live there, and a few strategies that you might want to consider when it comes down to moving to Albuquerque. So a lot of important things. If you guys want to know more about any other area, or you have some questions in mind, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails, so it will be me that you're directly speaking with, especially if you are planning on moving down here within the next 90 days, which is really our plan to help you guys get really ramped up with that move to make sure that it can happen as quick as possible for you guys with less stress as possible. And if you guys aren't ready to make that commitment to reach out, go ahead and download that free relocation guide in the description below that we made just for you guys. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good week. Peace.